welcome everyone here on 2K Sports. Can't wait to get some NBA action going. Kevin Harlan here, and I'm joined by Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg with David Aldridge on our sideline. And we've got a quick moment now to take a look at the long-term rebounding numbers over several seasons for Daniel Gafford.
He's really made that a focus of his game these past few years, and it's paid big-time dividends for him. He's become a much better rebounder, and it's increased his value as a player by leaps and bounds.
And checking out Minnesota's opening lineup. Edwards on the wing. He's joined by McDaniels. Gobert is out there with Randall, and it's DiVincenzo in at the 1, and for Dallas, Anthony Davis is out there with Daniel Gafford. Then there's P.J. Washington. Then there's Hardy, and it's Irving in at the point. And what a matchup we have here in the front court, Greg.
Yeah, each of these teams are anchored by their big men. I think it's going to be physical and highly intensified.
Nice smooth three-point shot by Edwards there. Boy, he's got confidence from behind the arc.
Davis with a screen on DiVincenzo. Irving finds Davis. Minnesota with the rebound. Last time they met was in Dallas, where they beat the Mavericks.
Well, last time out, they got the win in large part because of the play of their bench, and they provided a lot of the scoring punch.
Yeah, and you know what? I expect them to go deep into the bench again tonight to give those guys on the bench a chance to have an expanded role, but also to give those starters some rest.
And finished off by Gobert.
What a move by Gobert, closing that open space in the pick and roll.
About a minute played so far here in the first. DiVincenzo against Irving. Pass to Davis. And here's Hardy. Back to Davis. Out to the right wing. 6 to shoot. Here's Irving. Gobert with the block.
So good at finding these swats. Gobert loves reaching out and sending them away.
It's good.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yep, exactly. And if there's any opportunity for early offense, you've got to push it and push it every time.
And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, I was able to talk with Coach Jason Kidd. Their team's main focus tonight, well, it starts with All-Star Anthony Edwards. He said Ant is an incredible player. He's so physical. We have to throw multiple bodies at him. It's got to be a team effort to keep Edwards in check. An ambitious game plan. Kevin?
All right, thank you, David. Here's Davis after the basket by Minnesota. Pass to Washington. Now Gafford. Some nice passing here by Dallas. Dallas needs to get off a shot. Here's Irving. Randall grabs the board.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
Here's Edwards. And again, it's Minnesota.
And early on, they look great. They've made all 4 of their shots to start this game.
Irving against DiVincenzo. Irving passes to Washington. For the screen on McDaniels. Down low, it's stolen by Gobert. And now Minnesota on the fast break. Shoots from 14. The shot by McDaniels, no good.
4 of 5 to start the game. That's their first miss.
A Special K, we know the trade for Rudy Gobert took some time to click. But now it's looking like a great move.
Well, you know, figuring out how to play 2 bigs in this day and age with the way the game is played, pretty tricky, a slippery slope. And they stayed with it, to their credit, the Minnesota Timberwolves. And once they got it sorted out, Gobert was a force with his defense and his scoring out of the pick and roll. And I think one of the things undervalued in Gobert's improvement is the addition of Mike Conley. They've got a tremendous relationship, and I think Mike Conley's presence has been a real asset for Gobert as well.
And for a look at how the competition stacks up right now, here's the latest edition of the Power Rankings. They tell a great story. Look at the Trailblazers. They're gaining on some of the teams above them, trying hard to crack into that top 5.
And when you look at the Mavericks, they just can't seem to find the mojo they need to move up the rankings. They've tinkered with their lineup, but so far they just keep getting the same results.
Now, here is Irving. It's coming off an unbelievably high-scoring game. Randall finds DiVincenzo, and Davis sends it back.
If you don't know exactly where Davis is, he's going to deny your shot, so you got to be aware of his presence.
Just under 3.5 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Davis with a screen on DiVincenzo. Outside for Davis. And the three off target.
You know, right now they're just 1 for 5. Rough start so far.
Here's DiVincenzo. And the rejection by Gafford. To end the cold streak. And Gafford throws it down.
Keeping that head on the swivel. Eyes alert. Washington doing a nice job finding his man there.
And so Edwards will bring it up for Minnesota. Want to keep rolling here following the win against Memphis.
Yeah, those road games are tricky, but they had a good strategy going in and stuck to what they do best.
Yeah, you know, game balls all around in that one. A terrific team effort. They trusted in their system and executed well to get the win.
Minnesota leading by 7. Stripped away. And here we go. The Mavericks on a fast break. And it's Davis finishing it off.
Always among the lead leaders in throwdowns. AD's tough around that rack.
Here's Randall. Playing Memphis, he was nearly unstoppable. Pass to DiVincenzo. Back to Randall. To the paint. Deflects the pass. Outside, Davis. Rudy Gobert with the rebound.
No other way to put it. Just a rough quarter in terms of scoring. He has not been helping at all.
Here's Davis. And he uses the glass on the layup. Davis has got his second basket.
AD just shoving past the inside contact that time. Powerful move getting it done.
Minnesota's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. On the wing, DiVincenzo. He's covered by Irving. Back to DiVincenzo. Another miss by Minnesota.
And even with good coverage defensively that time, he has confidence to drill the three.
Pass to Washington. Back to Irving. It's stolen by Edwards. And now the Timberwolves on the break. Here's McDaniels. Comes up empty down low.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Now, here is Irving. One of the most consistent producers in the league. He's averaging around 25.5 points a game. The shot misses. Great D that time from Edwards.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
Putting up a goose egg, bageled this period. At this point, you have to run the offense through somebody else. I mean, that's your only choice.
Irving can't get it to go.
And he has definitely been struggling in this quarter.
You know, guys, it seems to me as though he's over anxious. He seems to be pressing, trying too hard, moving too fast. Just needs to calm himself down and wait for good shots.
And we've got a timeout called by Jason Kidd. Wants to talk some things over, might be seeing some things to adjust. These players have been vacuums on the boards recently, leading the league in rebounding the past month. Rudy Gobert is second.
He must be spending a lot of time in the weight room because he's shown such strength under the basket.
Mavericks trail by 5. Well, we know, GA, the Mavs are so adept at hunting the matchups they want. They're patient and methodical.
Yeah, they never look like they're in a rush, right? Even when you send a double or trap the ball, the Mavs stay calm and know where to go. It's what makes slowing down their pick and roll so difficult.
Nice job capturing the moment on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Outside Irving. Pass to Hardy. Davis with a screen on Edwards. In the corner, it's Gafford. From outside, off the mark. Timberwolves leading by 7. Rebounded by Hardy. Here's Washington. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
A physical player when he gets close to the rim. Washington wasn't going to be denied of the bucket there.
Timberwolves have gone 7 of 15 from the field to this point. Outside, Edwards. Shoots over Hardy. Edwards, that's good. Edwards got 11 points.
Only 1 miss in his first 6 shots. He's definitely brought his A game.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Over in the corner, Washington. Here's Hardy. Connects from three-point range.
Boy, an excellent passer for a big man. P.J. Washington's floor awareness, impressive.
Timberwolves have gone 50% from the field in the first quarter, 8 of 16. Outside, Edwards. DiVincenzo with the screen for Edwards. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own. Edwards got a couple of threes now in the first for the Timberwolves. Irving against DiVincenzo. Washington kicks to Irving. A rebound by the Timberwolves. Randall's got his 4th rebound in this one. Here's Edwards. And Edwards slams it in.
Boy, you love to see Edwards shine on offense like this. I know it's got to be making his coach happy, too.
Mavericks trail by 9. And here's Hardy. He's coming off a 19-point game against the Hornets in Charlotte. And the foul called on Edwards. That's his first foul. Christie, he's checked in for Irving. Alexander Walker, he's checked in for Minnesota. Off his foot, and the ref saying he kicked it. On the Mavericks with some changes. Derek Lively, he's checked in for Daniel Gafford. Martin comes in for Washington. And Dinwiddie subbed in for Hardy. And then for Minnesota, Naz Reid, he's checked in for Gobert. Joe Ingles comes in for McDaniels. And Dillingham subbed in for Dante DiVincenzo. Christie, that falls. Nice feed that time from Dinwiddie.
His improving ability to pass has made Dinwiddie scary with the ball in his hand.
Here's Alexander Walker, defended by Christie. Now, Alexander Walker. He's averaging a bit over 5 points a game. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. And Clark, here's a great guy to have in the rotation. Nickeil Alexander-Walker.
Loved him in college. Loved his versatility. And I thought it would translate nicely to the NBA. Took him a minute to find his rhythm, but he's got great length, which makes him versatile defensively. And he can play with just about anybody because he's got good all-around offensive skills.
Greg, midway into this season, sometimes a team can get hot and turn it on. What are some of the causes of that?
You know, often teams can reach that tipping point with how they play. It all comes together in a hurry, and they make a run. But that's the exception, Kevin, not the rule.
Great denial by Reid. Boundless energy he brings.
And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Kevin, thanks. The Mavericks at last season's trade deadline added length by acquiring Daniel Gafford and P.J. Washington. Coach Jason Kidd says they help on both ends. Gafford has the ability to roll, has great hands. P.J. can put the ball on the floor and guard 1 through 5. And then defensively, they both bring physicality. Kevin?
David, there is an argument to be made. That was one of the best trades at midseason this league has seen in a very long time. Minnesota leading by 6. Alexander Walker passes to Randall. And Reid has it in the corner. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
Boy, they dodged one there, guys. I mean, he got the wide open look that he wanted, just didn't knock it down.
Dinwiddie outside. Lively sends a screen for Dinwiddie. Driving to the basket. And it's good for two. Now just a 4-point Minnesota lead.
Skilled at creating off the drive. Dinwiddie's confidence and focus when he's penetrating, superb.
So for Dallas, their last game a loss to the Hornets. Pass to Reed. Here's Dillingham. Reed with a screen on Dinwiddie. Back to Reed. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. When Naz Reid is out there, Clark, spacing the floor is a real asset for him.
For sure, and, you know, he really puts a lot of pressure on the defense because he can score from anywhere on the floor, and he's got great size and strength. And he does the little things, too. I mean, you look at his points and rebounds, but this guy gets deflections. He goes after loose balls. He gets you extra possessions on the glass. He steps in and takes charge. I mean, he does all the little and big things.
Both free throws good from Reed. There's always a surprise, isn't there, Clark, in the offseason? Let's go back to 2022. That offseason, the Timberwolves going all in on Rudy Gobert.
Basically, Kevin, they traded 5 firsts plus a bunch of good players for Gobert. It was derided at the time, and I can understand why, but Rudy's defense has taken them to another level, and he's actually been a little better offensively than people thought he would be.
Alexander Walker with the ball. Defended by Christie. Here's Ingles. Buries the 7-footer. And the Timberwolves lead by 8.
And just a step ahead of the D in that possession there, making the pass. Nice assist.
Moving against Edwards. Lively a screen on Edwards. Irving drives in, uses the glass to finish the layup. Irving's got his second bucket of the night.
He's somebody that's really comfortable carrying the offensive load.
And so it's Minnesota with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. And you have to credit their defense for the job they've been doing against Irving. Kyrie's been almost invisible out there, and we don't say that very often. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And guys, what do you think about the hustle stats here for the Timberwolves?
They've really been disruptive on the defensive end, forcing turnovers and turning those turnovers into points at the other end.
And another thing they've done so well is convert fast break opportunities. Great job trusting their guys and getting those easy ones.
We've got Derek Lively. Irving is out there with Christie. Then it's Martin. And it's Marshall in at the 4 spot. So that's who Dallas starts the second with.
A good board there, Kevin, but overall they're getting slightly out-rebounded.
And that's a good place to start if you're going to try to find your way back into this game. Get to work on the glass.
And here is Marshall after Anthony Edwards made that last 3-pointer. Lively a screen on Ingles. Marshall passes to Lively and finished off by Lively.
You can tell Lively knows his position well, knows how to be efficient as the roll man.
And so Edwards will bring it up for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Pass to Ingles. Here's Shannon, covered by Martin. Irving against Edwards. A nice shot by Irving. And that's now 6 points for Kyrie Irving. Here in the second quarter with a little over a minute gone. And so Chris Finch calls for the timeout. This will give him a chance to discuss some potential alterations. A Let's check out the Western Conference standings right now that we're here in the new year. You look at Minnesota. Right now they've compiled the third best record in the conference. And, of course, the Dallas Mavericks just way behind.
And I think for the Mavericks, they've shown me some very good things this season. But that next step, those qualities that could make them true contenders, just haven't been there.
Yeah, and you know, we've seen them enough to know by now they're not going to make that switch from good to great at this point. Not this year anyway.
Here's Shannon. Nothing on the board. Edwards kicks to Ingles. 5 to shoot. Strong move inside by Edwards.
They've been going to him an awful lot this game, and you can see why. He's pouring it on.
And we've got a timeout called by Jason Kidd. And coach has decided they need a moment to talk things over. Let's take this chance to bring you now the hottest shooters from downtown this month. Well, you look at Reed, second in the league, extremely accurate from beyond the arc. And, of course, Joe Ingles. He's another player that shoots it extremely well from outside.
I mean, the shooting range of these two guys has probably been the most impressive. There's not a spot on the floor they can't hit from.
Pass to Christie. And there's the call on Nickeil Alexander-Walker. That's his first foul. Second quarter of basketball, just over a minute and a half played so far. Timberwolves leading by 7. Now Ingles over Marshall. Ingles can't get it to go. Dallas has gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Lively the pass to Irving. Pass to Christie. Lively with the screen. The shot's good from Christie. Christie's got his third bucket of the night.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
Well, I'm going to credit the screen. I mean, that's a good, strong pick he lays there.
And we are seeing tonight why Edwards was selected first overall. Anthony has a special ability to score.
Now, here's Marshall. Still without a basket. Irving looking over the floor. Over in the corner, Marshall. Shot clock at 6. Pass to Christie from outside the arc. Reed with the rebound. Reed's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Edwards dishes to Ingles. Alexander Walker on the wing. Defended by Christie. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. The league is attempting, Clark, to minimize flopping. Do you like the technical foul assessment for just that act?
Yeah, I do. I really do, because that way you can get it out of the game. These guys are as big, as strong as any athletes in the world. They shouldn't be falling down as much as they do trying to draw fouls.
Looking at who's out there now for the Mavericks. Daniel Gafford's checked in for Marshall. And it's Hardy in for Christie. That one is no good. To the surprise of some, Derek Lively made an immediate impact as a rookie.
Count me amongst those folks, Kevin. I saw him in college, and I liked his potential, and I thought it would take a while longer for him to have an impact. But, boy, he has exceeded expectations in a big way. And because of his shot blocking and energy, running the floor, rim running, and the like, he's earned himself some nice minutes as a contributing player. When Lively's on you like this, with all his size and length, it's hard to get a shot off on him.
Edwards against Irving. Pass to Gafford. Now here's Hardy. To the inside. Here's Irving. That one's in. Only his 4th make against 9 total shots.
Well, check out that assist. That's a pair of teammates that are clearly on the same page.
Gobert finds Alexander Walker. Back to Gobert. Stolen by Lively. And they're on the break. A steal. Here's Alexander Walker. Lively defending. And finished off by Gobert.
It's too easy for him when he's that close. The defense has to put a body on Gobert inside.
Mavericks trail by 7. Here's Hardy. For this screen on Edwards. Now here's Hardy. Shot clock at 5. Gafford passes to Lively. Dallas moving it around. Hardy, no good. Minnesota leading by 7. Pass to Edwards. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. Anthony Edwards is a classic 2-guard, Clark, a spectacular player. What has impressed you most about his development?
Well, he's got a great body. He had it when he got into the league after just 1 year of college. Tremendous basketball body, strength and length and bounce. Now he's worked on refining his skill. I think the biggest thing that's impressed me is not only his work ethic, but his poise. He's not a guy that plays frantically. He plays with intentionality and purpose, and that's a tough thing to do when you've got his athletic ability and you're as young as he is.
Now here is Martin. Hasn't made one yet. Shoots over Alexander Walker, and it's Martin missing.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
Edwards finds Gobert.
You know, when Rudy Gobert is down low, it strikes fear into the opponent. This is a guy who has led the league in blocks and rebounds at different times. Inside the paint, he is just a nightmare to battle against.
Known as the Stifle Tower, Gobert's defense and rebounding are valuable to this team.
Catching up on the changes for Dallas. Anthony Davis comes in for Derek Lively. And it's P.J. Washington in for Martin. Minnesota also making some changes. Randall's checked in for Reed. And it's McDaniels in for Nickeil Alexander-Walker. So 1 for 2 that time at the stripe. Well, there's no question, and he welcomes this, that Anthony Davis shoulders a heavy load on the defensive end.
And he should, and he does. I mean, he's a true anchor. He protects the rim. He can guard out on the perimeter. He communicates well. He's got an excellent basketball IQ. And he's a guy that can cover up a lot of mistakes from his teammates.
And here's Gobert following the three-pointer by Kyrie Irving. Randall passes to Gobert. Second shot opportunity. And the rejection by Gafford. Here's Hardy. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. That's on Jaden McDaniels.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
It is. I mean, no reason to back off and give him the layup. I mean, much better off making him go to the line.
And he can't get the second one to drop either. Coming up empty that time. Greg, this is some kind of note. Last year, Minnesota, had, for just the second time, had ever won a series in the postseason.
Yeah, they've been bounced in the first round, 10 of 12 appearances. But last year's team was different. Their elite defense fueled the conference finals run.
Pass to DiVincenzo. Randall a screen on Irving. DiVincenzo with it. Guarded now by Irving. Another miss by Minnesota. Mavericks trail by 7. Draws contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
And boy, has he picked it up since the start of the second. His shots now starting to fall.
Greg, you love this topic more than anyone. When you think about the best ball handlers of all time, where does Kyrie Irving rank on your list?
Well, you know, I think, Kevin, he's at the very top. I've never seen anyone else pull off some of the things he does. Certainly makes a strong case for the best ever.
Clark, Kyrie Irving has got to be as skilled a player as we've seen in the NBA.
Well, I tell you what, I don't know if I've ever seen a better layup maker than him. And I played against Isaiah Thomas and read about Nate Archibald and some of the other great small ball guards. But, man, this kid, Kyrie Irving, well, young man now, 50, 40, 90 on a season, and a lot of times he's making acrobatic layups against 6'9" and 7-foot guys. Special.
And here's Hardy. Pass to Irving. Inside, Davis. And it's Davis finishing it off.
I don't know what to do about that. Davis just powering it down.
Timberwolves leading by 5. McDaniels with the ball. He's covered by Washington. Here's DiVincenzo. And that one, good. DiVincenzo's got his first bucket of the night.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Now here's Hardy. Edwards defending. Pass to Hardy. Fires the 3. Rudy Gobert with the rebound. Gobert's got 6 rebounds now in the game.
A slight advantage for them in the rebound department, but that oftentimes is all it takes.
Especially when you're scoring the ball at a decent clip the way they have. I mean, they've done exactly what's necessary to take the lead. Great assist that time by Kyrie Irving.
And so it's Minnesota with it. Edwards kicks to McDaniels. To the middle. And again, Minnesota will turn it over. And here we can check out the story for Anthony Edwards.
And something has really clicked for him at the free throw line. In the past 5 games, his percentage at the line is much better than it had been prior. Sometimes that's how it works. A switch flips, and all of a sudden, you're locked in.
Christie's checked in for Dallas. And a change for the Timberwolves. Alexander Walker's checked in. Left side, Davis. Stolen by McDaniels. A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, thank you very much. Jaden McDaniels has become an X factor for the Wolves. Mike Conley says, we know what he does defensively, but the offense that he can bring for us balances our unit. It's much needed. Guys tend not to think of him as an offensive player, but he does have that in his game. Kevin?
But I love the reference to an X factor. He definitely is that. All right, David, thank you. Now, here's DiVincenzo. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. Out of bounds, Dallas takes possession.
And a chance here to see the numbers for Anthony Davis. This last month, he's been positively spectacular. He's averaging 15 points a game, 13 rebounds, and just over 3 blocks. You can't understate his impact on the backboard.
Right. I mean, that's where he's one of the best in the business. Hard to outfight him on the glass.
Now here's Davis. He's got 6. Pass to Christie. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. As we get a break in the action, let's take a peek at the leading defenses. 5th, the Timberwolves.
This is a team that takes pride on the defensive side of the floor. I mean, they play hard and they play together. They are a tough group to score on. And working, Kevin, themselves to the line here in the second, a nice way to get your offense going.
And maybe cause some foul trouble along the way as well. And we know what that can do. It pays off typically in good fashion for you.
Back to Randall. Pass to McDaniels. Gobert with a screen for McDaniel. For the 3. Offensive rebound. Gobert with a screen on Washington. A second chance effort. Oh, and he pucks it off the glass. Wow.
A two-way star, AD has led the league in shot blocking on multiple occasions.
And the Mavericks making a change here. Dinwiddie's checked in. Here's DiVincenzo. And he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
I don't think the defense was ready for DiVincenzo to get assertive like that. Dunking right on top of him there. Oops, upside your head.
Dinwiddie passes to Davis. Washington with it. Pass to Gafford. Back to Washington. Three-pointer. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Randall's got his 8th rebound here tonight. Here's McDaniels. A rebound by Washington.
Look at him, and he's a little hit and miss from there, even without a defender in his face. No guarantee.
And they are in the top third in the league in blocks. Rim protection, obviously important to them, and they have the horses to do it.
And, G.A., you mentioned it. What a season they've had from three-point range. They've got some pure shooters on this squad, and they don't hold them back. The free throw drops for Dinwiddie.
The versatility of Dinwiddie. Boy, he drives it, passes it, and he can shoulder the scoring load when you need him to.
And both free throws good for Dinwiddie. And the Timberwolves with possession here. They've led by as much as 10. Alexander Walker passes to Gobert. Pass to DiVincenzo. Outside for Randall. Bangs home the trifecta. Randall's got 5 points so far.
And if he gets the space, Randall absolutely will take that shot. Not afraid of that corner three.
Dinwiddie passes to Davis. Davis sets a screen. Down low. And finished off by Davis.
And way to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the basket guy still shaking.
Well, I tell you what, he loaded up as much power as he could behind that two-hander.
There's a minute left in the second quarter. Pass to DiVincenzo. Randall with a screen for DiVincenzo. And it's off from three-point range. Mavericks trail by 5. Now Dinwiddie defended by DiVincenzo. And here's Randall. Fades. And all around the rim that time before dropping in. Randall's got his 3rd basket of the night right there. And so it's Dinwiddie with it. He'll bring it up for the Mavericks. Defeated by the Hornets in their last game. They'll try to put that one behind them.
Yeah, I mean, on the road, their defense was just overrun. Couldn't match the intensity of the opponent, and it cost them.
And you know what, guys? It just seemed like they never really had the kind of energy necessary. They just weren't comfortable on the defensive end.
And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Staying strong against the defense. Rudy insists on getting that shot off.
This is his 2nd trip to the free throw line. No good on the free throw. And he's good on the 2nd. Washington with it. Anthony Edwards has been leading the charge for the Timberwolves. A grand total of 28 points for him in the game now. They have no answer for him defensively. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks, Kevin. Jason, a hard-fought first half. How do you assess the game so far?
We're going to need everybody. And the one thing we got to do is we can't settle. We got to keep attacking and getting the ball in the paint.
Use that length to your advantage. Thanks, Jason. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second half of basketball right after this.
Welcome, everybody. And as we start to work our way through the season, a sneak peek at the Rookie of the Year race.
These first-year guys, very impressive so far. Now it is, who can sustain this level of play? And the key is to follow your routine. Strength, conditioning, I'm not going to say diet because I'm not on a diet, but all the things you weren't thinking about when you were in school.
And turning our attention back to that first half of action, guys, Anthony Edwards was in complete control.
The only person who can stop Edwards is Edwards. You can maybe slow him down, but he has this natural physical ability, and the skill level continues to advance, Ernie. Yeah, stronger than a lot of forwards, and he can ball.
And that about wraps it up. And as the third quarter is about to begin, we go to Kevin Harlan for the call.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. You know, Anthony Edwards has been exceptional here, guys.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
Well, you know what, guys? It was all about efficient offense, not rushing things, taking your time, finding the best shot on every possession.
Here's Hardy. And on the floor for Chris Finch as we get into the second half. Edwards on the wing. He's joined by McDaniels. Julius Randle is out there with Rudy Gobert. And it's DiVincenzo in at point guard. Now here's Hardy. Rudy Gobert with the rebound. Gobert's got rebound number 8 now on the night. Edwards passes to Randle. And it's Anthony Davis with the rebound. Davis has got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. Greg, as you were saying, beyond the blocks, what makes Anthony Davis special on defense is the way he navigates the floor.
Kevin, most bigs can get picked on in pick-and-roll action. Davis, though, too quick and smart to take advantage of. He can slip screens, hedge, switch, and recover like he's a 3-and-D wing.
Now here's Edwards. 6 on the shot clock. Shoots over Hardy. And the shot no good, a bit short. Mavericks trail by 5. Here's Washington. And that one drops for him. Washington's got the first bucket of the third here for the Mavs.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
So it's the Timberwolves now, following the score by Dallas. DiVincenzo kicks to Randle. And a miss there on the triple.
I don't think he's performing up to his own expectations, but they still find themselves out in front.
For the screen on DiVincenzo. Irving passes to Gafford. Gobert with the defensive effort.
Boy, that is awesome defense, guys, against a capable finisher. Well done. I'm sure the coaches love that.
Good on the triple.
Finally, they get one to drop. That's one of their first 4 here in the third.
The Mavericks have gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. Davis with a screen on DiVincenzo. In the corner, it's Gafford. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline.
And they're 1 of 4 here to start the second half.
Inside, there's Gobert. It's rebounded by Dallas. Gafford's got rebound number 5 here tonight.
Ooh, this is turning into a slow start here in the second half. Seems like they left that offense in the locker room.
DiVincenzo doing a nice job hustling on the fast break there, getting back in a hurry to finish the play.
And Jason Kidd is called timeout. He wants to check in with his team and regroup.
And now a look at the numbers for Edwards.
What a run he's been on over the past few weeks. Averaging 36, 4 assists, and 4 rebounds. Well, you know that he can put points up in a hurry, and he leads this team in scoring.
Yeah, you know, I think he's got a great sense of how to keep their offense going and being productive. If somebody else is having an off night, then he kind of steps in and fills the gap.
A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. Washington, that's good.
Boy, with good mechanics and a nice high release point, Washington has a pretty advanced mid-range game.
Now Edwards. He's got 31. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. And Greg, it didn't take long for Anthony Edwards to prove himself in the NBA.
There's so much to like about his game. As outstanding as his offense is, his defense cannot be overlooked. He is a lockdown presence when he needs to be.
Making it look effortless. Send this guy to the stripe, he's going to cash in more than not.
Pass to Gafford. Back to Irving. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. Julius Randle picks one up.
You know, I like how Irving also keeps the defense guessing, keeps them off balance, and he's so crafty and creative around the basket.
Both free throws good for Irving. Minnesota leading by 6. Randle outside. Beyond the arc. The Timberwolves again can't hit.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
And, guys, that's exactly the kind of high-impact defense they want to see out of him.
Hardy, no good.
Yeah, you know, guys, this has been far from his best game. A disappointing outing for both him and the team.
Here's Gafford, and Gafford throws it down.
Anthony Davis, clearly a team-first guy. He's got special talent, but he's not afraid to share the ball either.
Minnesota's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Pass to McDaniels. Back to DiVincenzo. To the paint. Wants to get it to Edwards and does.
Outstanding distribution there. I mean, what impressive passing ability.
Here's Hardy. 6 points for him. Now Davis. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Pass to Gafford. Now Washington puts up a deep 3. DiVincenzo with the rebound.
He missed that one, but I've seen him drill shots from that distance in warm-ups.
Well, that looked to me, guys, like a heat check. And it was maybe a step out of his range.
And hustle like that is why he leads his team in rebounds tonight.
And I tell you what, guys, nobody's been more physical in this game than he has. He has been a glass eater.
Now, here is Irving. 16 points for him. Here's Gafford. Minnesota with the rebound. Gobert's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Takes the 13-footer, offensive rebound, and finished off by McDaniel.
Making the save, McDaniel secures the rock and gets the second chance look.
Irving against DiVincenzo. Too long in the paint, and he's hit with a 3-second violation. And a moment here to take a look at some hustle stats for the Timberwolves.
Really a great job in this one, forcing the issue defensively. Great quickness and discipline combined, making ball handlers very uncomfortable.
And they've also not only created turnovers tonight, but converted on them. All game long, that strategy has been paying off.
Caleb Martin's checked in for Washington, and Davis can't get it to go.
And they continue to control the glass.
Guys, I think they've simply been the more physical team, and that's why they're ahead.
Now here's Randle. He's got 7. DiVincenzo with the screen on Gafford. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass. DiVincenzo's got 8 points.
DiVincenzo with the nice touch on the inside shot. Boy, he really knows how to make it work at close range.
And so it's Irving. He brings it up for Dallas. 9-point game. They'll take on the Thunder at Paycom Center after this one. That will be a getaway game for them, a 1-game road trip. Outside, Davis. And it's a defensive 3-second violation. This will make 4 trips to the line so far in the game.
And, you know, something I remember from their last game was how good he was at the line.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, he attacked, got to the line a bunch and cashed in on his chances. And, guys, I think that's a tribute to his work ethic. I mean, it's not by accident that he's enjoying the success he is at the free throw line.
Now, here's Gafford. Taking a look at his numbers, he averages about 7 points a game. Gobert with the block.
And there's a reason Gobert has led the league in block shots.
Randle with the ball, guarded now by Irving. And Gobert kicks to DiVincenzo. Gobert with a screen on Gafford. Back to Gobert. And slam dunk by Gobert.
And creating a little separation here, gaining some confidence.
Yeah, you get the sense that they're going to start stretching this lead out a little bit.
Here's Hardy. 6 points for him. And that one drops.
I like the play call. Very solid, making perfect use of the pick to get a great look.
Timberwolves leading by 8. Randle outside. Next to Gobert. And they call an illegal screen here.
And let's check out some stats. Here are the numbers for Irving. And tremendous confidence and consistency at the foul line. He ranks among the top 15 in free throw percentage.
And yeah, one of the most dangerous scorers in the game. He's already come up big in some key games this year. His teammates really feed off his presence, I think. Now, here is Irving. 18 points for him. And there's the call on Dante DiVincenzo. That's foul number 2 for him. Here's Irving.
And, you know, when DiVincenzo keeps his hands moving on defense, he's really effective. Great work there.
And really credit their advantage on the backboard. That's where the lead has been built, and that's why they are in control.
Simply controlling the glass. I mean, plus 10 is the advantage in rebounds right now.
Here's Hardy. No good on the quick 3.
You know, he's just not taking good shots, not taking smart shots, forcing up a lot of low percentage junk there.
DiVincenzo against Irving. Now here's DiVincenzo. Defense right on him, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
Boy, the upside DiVincenzo has is obvious. I mean, now it's up to him to continue working on his game and keep getting better.
He hits the second from the line. And so it's Dallas with it. They trail by 9 points. Irving with the bounce pass. Now here's Hardy. Edwards defending.
And he's been way off the mark this quarter. It's been ugly.
Shoots the 3. That's in. Coming off an assist from Randle. Randle's got his 6th assist on the night.
And, you know, succeeding in the catch-and-shoot game will really help Edwards set up his drives to the hoop.
Now, here is Irving. He's got 18. Pass to Hardy. Davis with it. Outside Irving. Clock at 6. Shoots over DiVincenzo. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Guys, that's putting it mildly. I mean, they've been absolutely dominant.
Now, here is Martin. Currently averaging almost 6 points a game, and he makes that one.
Obviously, a mix-up defensively on that possession.
Here's Randle, 10-point lead. And so Chris Finch calls for the timeout. He wants to make some adjustments to the game plan, clearly. And the Mavericks with some changes. Derek Lively comes in for Daniel Gafford. Christie subbed in for Irving. Minnesota also making some changes. Reed comes in for Rudy Gobert. And it's Joe Ingles in for Edwards. Now here's Randall. 7 points in the game. Just 5 on the clock. Fires away from way outside. It's rebounded by Dallas.
After hitting 1 3 in the first half, he's been unable to dial in from deep since then.
And even though they're down, they are putting on a show at the free throw line.
Yeah, they're making the most of their opportunities at the stripe, and they'll need to keep it up to take the lead.
And so Anthony Davis nails both of them.
Well, he's got a great stroke from the line. That's not something we can say about all the league's big guys.
It's Edwards on the wing. Edwards holding off the D and converts.
It just seems like the more he touches it, the more the lead grows.
And the Mavericks with possession here. It's a 10-point game. And here's Martin. Pass to Christie. Fires from deep. Ingles with the rebound. And so it's Ingles with it. He brings it up for Minnesota. There's the drive. They get the rebound. No one near Edwards as he lets it fly. Drops in the tray. Edwards got 43 points.
And so good off the bounce. Edwards working on his shot off the catch, and it is paying off.
Here's Lively. Lays it up and banks it in. Lively's got his second bucket.
Cashing in on the interior, making it look all too easy.
Timberwolves leading by 11. For 3, Edwards. And Davis pulls it down. Davis has got rebound number 13 for him here tonight. Here's Hardy. Pass to Lively. Here's Hardy. He has 6. Here's Christie. Edwards defending. On the clock. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. It's on Anthony Edwards. And the first one drops. And he makes both free throws. And the Timberwolves with possession here. They have a 9-point lead. Picked by Reed. Edwards inside. Defended by Christie. 6 to shoot. Inside. Edwards finishes strong.
No, it's scary because he's just been a matchup nightmare in this game. He's eaten up anybody they've thrown at him.
Dallas shooting a pretty brutal 29% since the break. And he's going up for the alley-oop and finished off by Lively.
Lively got served up a big opportunity, and he ate it up.
.34 seconds left to play here in the third. Dillingham with it. Scoreless thus far. 20 seconds left in the third quarter. And Edwards slams it in.
Rising up for the throwdown. Major hops from Edwards.
Mavericks trail by 11. Now here's Hardy. He has 6. Outside, Martin. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. The Timberwolves on top, up 11. And we'll get going after this from the American Airlines Center. And let's take this chance now to show you the State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Served him up a tasty room service dime right there, boy.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. They've got Martin. Christie is out there with Kyrie Irving. Then it's Derek Lively, and it's Marshall in at the 4-man position. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas. Now here's Irving. Anthony Edwards unable to get his last shot to go in. Lively with the screen. Irving passes to Lively. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Rim running, shot blocking, rebounding. Lively, elite in all 3 categories.
That's good from Lively. That one misses. Minnesota leading by 10. Pass to Shannon. He tries for 3. Drains it from beyond the arc. Shannon's got his first 3 points of the game.
Yeah, they're relying on their 3-point shooting and getting pretty good results.
Outside Irving. That shot, no good. Great D that time from Edwards. Here's Dillingham. Defended by Christie. Here's Edwards. On the wing, Ingles. His 3-pointers off the mark.
Well, he's got a great stroke. That one almost dropped.
Oh, and there's the alley-oop. Cuts off the pass. Here's the break. And here's Edwards from the arc. And Lively pulls it down. Lively's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Here's Irving. Stolen by Reed. Right there, the defender clearly trying to inhibit a fast break. I think that's a transition take foul.
Find the lanes. Find the lanes. No shot.
On the free throw, no good.
I like the fact that Reed is pretty crafty. He's got a good understanding and feel for the game. I mean, he makes plays, especially around the hoop, that other big men can't.
The 3 ball. It's rebounded by Dallas.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Count that one. And the Timberwolves lead has been cut down now to just 11 on the basket for Marshall.
And bullseye with that assist. Nice delivery there in traffic.
Now here's Edwards. Edwards making a statement.
Boy, how about the strength of Edwards? Confident at taking on defenders and finishing.
And so Marshall will bring it up for Dallas. Pass to Christie. From downtown, a three-pointer is right on target.
And he found the perfect spot behind the arc there. Big gap in the deep.
Minnesota leading by 10. And here's Edwards, defended by Christie. Hits it again. Wow! That gives him 51.
Making it look easy.
And joining us now by phone is insider Shams Charania with some news. Shams, give it to us.
Hey guys, arguably the most exciting move on draft night was the Wolves trading up to acquire Rob Dillingham with the number 8 pick. Dillingham is known as the top shot creator in this rookie class, but defense has been something to keep an eye on. So where better to go than an elite defensive team that needed just another player to take them over the top offensively? The Wolves look at Rob Dillingham as a potential point guard of the future to replace Mike Conley Jr., guys.
Yes, a big test. Hey, Shams, thank you very much. Outside Irving. There's a screen. That one doesn't go. Great D that time from Edwards. And here's DiVincenzo from the arc. Mavericks trail by 13. On the wing, Irving. Defended by DiVincenzo. Back to Irving. Shot, high post. Lively. It's good on the putback.
Good move by Lively, putting it back with authority.
Timberwolves leading by 11. Now DiVincenzo. Here's Edwards. Another miss by Minnesota. For Dallas, they've gone 3 of 6 from the field so far in the fourth quarter. Lively the pass to Irving. Outside for Martin. Shot clock at 6. Back to Irving. The tray. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Irving's got it back down to a single-digit deficit for the Mavs. Edwards looking it over. The Timberwolves need to get a shot off here. He had a nice open look right there.
And certainly they are not hesitating, letting it fly from deep here in the second half.
Yeah, I have no problem with that. As a matter of fact, I hate to see teams get conservative with the lead. As long as they're good shots, take them. And as long as they're falling, continue to take them.
And here's Hardy after Joe Ingles getting his shot to go from deep. Lively a screen on Edwards. Hardy passes to Lively and finished off by Lively.
Right at the rim. That's where Lively loves to get his opportunities.
And the Timberwolves with possession here. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. Pass to Reed. Now DiVincenzo. Now here's Edwards. No good on the triple. Leaps for it. And that'll be Dallas as it goes out of bounds. Mavericks retain possession. Daniel Gafford's checked in for the Mavericks. Davis comes in for Marshall. And here is Gafford. Here's Davis. Davis showing the power.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
To the inside. Here's Edwards. That's in. Coming off an assist from Randall. Edwards got 54 points.
Built like a linebacker, Edwards is not your average off guard, folks.
Mavericks trail by 9. Here's Irving. Inside, here's Gafford. And Gafford throws it down.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board. And I don't mean style points.
Hey, I thought there was some style there, guys. What are you guys looking at? I mean, it was still a pretty sweet, flavorful one-hand flush.
Here he goes. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
You know, his aggression and his attack mode is one of the things that, to me, sets Irving apart. Moving, driving, attacking, that's when he's at his best.
Boy, is he really getting after it here in the second half, just drawing a ton of fouls.
Mavericks making a switch here. Washington's checked in. McDaniels, he's checked in for the Timberwolves. Now here's Randall. Pass to DiVincenzo. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It's going to be on Kyrie Irving.
Tenacious offense from DiVincenzo, sticking with his selection to draw that foul.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First one falls for him. And so DiVincenzo nails both of them.
He's done a much better job of getting to the line here. Aggressively taking it inside and not shying away from contact. I thought he was settling a bit in the first.
Now, here is Irving. Down low, here's Gafford. He goes up again. Davis has the open look. Dallas again missing.
Yeah, just a solid job on the backboard. They are really controlling the inside.
Well, they're working the glass, really battling in that area of the game, and that's helped them stake this lead.
Now Edwards, following the three-point attempt by Anthony Davis. Shoots over Hardy. It's rebounded by Dallas. Gafford's got his 8th rebound here tonight. Here's Irving. It's deflected. DiVincenzo with it. Gobert with a screen on Gafford. Stolen by Washington. And it's the Mavericks on the break. Count that one. And the Timberwolves lead has been cut down to 5 on the bucket from Irving.
Hey, the skills of Kyrie are obvious, but what isn't so obvious is his underestimated strength.
And Randall has got the ball here for the Timberwolves. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. Gobert with a screen for Randall. Over Davis. The Mavericks pull it in. Gafford's got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. To Hardy. Dallas moving the ball around. Davis with a screen on DiVincenzo. Just 5 to shoot. And it's Davis missing. Timberwolves leading by 5. Jacks up a 3. Rebounded by Gafford. Gafford's got rebound number 10 tonight with that last one. Here's Edwards. Another one goes. Incredible. He's been absolutely ridiculous in this game.
You get the sense he just can't miss.
Now, here's Washington. Moves back up. And here's Davis for 3. And Davis nails the 3.
This is their plan in the second half. I mean, try to use the three-point shot to shrink this deficit.
The Timberwolves shooting in this game 45%. Edwards inside. Rebounded by Gafford. Mavericks trail by 4. And then Washington with the dunk.
Pressure gets to some people, bothers them, but not Washington. Tremendous concentration in that big moment.
Randall finds McDaniel. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The free throw drops for McDaniels.
Known as a versatile and tremendous defender, McDaniels also continues to make real good progress as a scorer.
That one misses, so he goes 1 for 2. The Mavericks trailing. Outside, Davis. And Davis throws it down.
Anthony Davis showing you he's in control when the spotlight is on.
Now Edwards. And the foul called on Edwards. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far.
And you can tolerate gaffes like that sometimes, but in a close game, man, I tell you what, that really hurts.
Outside Irving. Pass to Gafford. Now, here's Washington. McDaniels defending. 5 on the clock. Here's Hardy. Edwards with the block.
And you see Edwards trying to do this more, impose his will at the defensive end. Good job defensively that time.
Gobert can't hit. And they're in position to take the lead.
And how big would a bucket be at this stage of the game?
They get it again. Here's Gafford. And Gafford throws it down.
You hope to see a player going all out when the game's this tight.
You know, G.A., he knows what his job is. Patrol the offensive glass.
You know, that time I thought he did it with authority. Tremendous putback at a time when they really need it.
And finished off by Gobert. And that's a double-double for him now. 10 points and 12 rebounds.
Gobert calling for the ball in moments like these. Big-time games under his belt.
Irving against DiVincenzo. Gafford sets the pick for Irving. And a little luck that time, but it drops. Irving's got the lead up to 1 now for Dallas.
Comfortable in the clutch. That's who Kyrie Irving is. Unfazed by the game's biggest moments.
Here's Edwards. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Mavericks.
You know, all game long, they've imposed their will on the interior, scoring a lot of points in the painted area.
And you can't ignore their passing. All game long, they've done a great job of just delivering the ball in rhythm right where it needs to be.
He's basically automatic from the line, not the guy you want to send there now.
Outside Irving. Over in the corner, Washington. Pass to Davis. Randall with the rebound. We can probably expect to see him slow it down now.
Yeah, I think you want to milk your possession.
Edwards. And again, 60 points. This guy cannot be stopped.
They've had no answer for him in this one.
34 seconds left to play in the final quarter.
Can't afford any wasted possessions down the stretch.
It's not over yet.
DiVincenzo against Irving. Lets it go from deep. Money! And oh, that was an enormous three-pointer.
Kyrie Irving has simply caught fire.
And we've got a timeout called from Chris Finch. The magnitude at this juncture in the game clearly warranting a timeout. There's 18 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Outside Edwards. Shoots over Hardy. Oh, off target. Oh, couldn't sink the shot, and we're going to overtime. And regulation now complete. We will go to overtime. And we'll get going after this from the American Airlines Center. These teams have battled tooth and nail for 4 quarters, and now we head to overtime. Should be a blast. And here's Irving. We've got Irving. Davis is out there with Washington. Then there's Hardy, and it's Gafford in at center. Irving kicks to Gafford. Back to Irving. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Hardy. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. Hardy's got the first basket here in overtime for the Mavs.
Hey, there's no denying it. Kyrie is a score-first guard, but he's a better passer than he gets credit for.
Timberwolves trail by 3. Outside Edwards. Here's Gobert. Make it 5 for 10 with him in that bucket. And so it's Irving with it, bringing it up for the Mavericks. Davis in the corner, takes a 3. Another 3 for Dallas.
Man, the triples keep falling, guys. That's 3 in a row.
I think they're playing too soft on the perimeter. They can't stay so soft. They've got to get up into the shooters here.
Timberwolves shooting at 46%, making some buckets. Outside Edwards. Picked by Randall. It's up a 3. And good! There's another.
And never in the history of the franchise have we seen a game like this. He's putting on a remarkable performance.
It's their all-time single-game scoring record. Their fans will be reliving this game for a long, long time. The Timberwolves trail. Here's DiVincenzo. Pass to McDaniels. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. That one on Davis.
And the toughness McDaniels plays with is impressive. He doesn't back down from any defender inside.
Shooting 2.
Ties it up, and this next one could give them the lead. And he can't hit the second.
Yeah, look, you'd like to take the lead on that possession, but at least he was able to tie the game up.
Now, here's Hardy. He's tightly guarded. Irving for 3. A rebound by the Timberwolves. Tipped away. It's stolen by Davis. Washington inside. Working on McDaniels. The shot's good from Gafford.
That's a nice play there. Not going to miss many from there.
DiVincenzo passes to Gobert. DiVincenzo finds Edwards. Edwards slashing in, and the rejection by Gafford. Irving with the ball. Picked up by Edwards. Washington against Gobert. Washington passes to Hardy. No good with the triple.
Tell you what, the defense was lucky there. I mean, leave him that open from range, he'll typically knock it down.
Edwards. And there's the bucket. Stay with it on the offensive glass, getting it done.
At every level, Edwards has been the go-to guy for his team. It's in his DNA.
For the screen on DiVincenzo. Over in the corner, Washington. Off target from three-point range. Timberwolves have gone 3 for 5 for their shot since we got started here in overtime. One-on-one here. No good that time. Randall with some nice D. Minnesota's gone 1 of 2 so far in their three-point attempts in overtime to take the lead. And it's Edwards getting it to go. Edwards got 7 points here in this quarter.
Seems like Edwards never stops competing and believing right until the final buzzer.
Dallas has gotten some subpar shooting from outside the arc in overtime, and as a team, they're just 2 of 6 from long range. Now here's Irving. Davis with a screen on DiVincenzo. Irving dishes to Davis. Another shot. Rudy Gobert with the rebound. Edwards with it. He blocks it again.
A defensive stalwart so far. That's 6 blocks.
Greg protecting the rim. Love the hustle. And the replay demonstrating once again how aggressive that defense was.
Boy, he is all over that shot. I mean, had it read the whole way, got himself in the position, and then was able to make the play.
Blocked again. Now here's Irving.
You just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
Cool, calm, collected, and confident in the biggest moment of the game. Yes.
And we've got a timeout called from Chris Finch. Coach clearly feeling the necessity to regroup with so much at stake here. It's the Timberwolves now. Outside Edwards. From past the arc. Misses the tray. And so we are tied again at the end of overtime. Now we're headed to overtime number 2. And we'll return shortly. And with another overtime in front of us, the question is, who will blink first? Nobody wants to give in. A lot of pride now on the line. There's Gobert, and slam dunk by Gobert.
This is where Gobert likes to park himself, right around the rack.
The Mavericks trailer. And here's Harden, outside Irving. Davis with a screen on DiVincenzo. And finished off by Anthony Davis.
You know, that's one that'll stay with us for a while. I mean, Davis, one of those guys that can really electrify a crowd, no matter what building he's in.
And on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam, you can see how impressive that move was. Minnesota shooting reasonably well, 45%. Randall finds Edwards. Shoots over Hardy. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron. 69 points for Anthony Edwards.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling down.
Davis, the pass to Washington. On the wing, Irving. And stolen by DiVincenzo. Here's the teardrop. A shot by McDaniels, no good. And it's Irving with the ball for the Mavericks. Trailing by 2. Into the lane. Rudy Gobert with the rebound. Gobert's got his 16th rebound on the night. Here's Randall. It's rebounded by Dallas. Washington inside. Defended by DiVincenzo. Washington, that's good.
Just muscling his way through the contact. How about the strength from Washington?
Here's Minnesota. Randall kicks to Gobert. Pass to Edwards. And another one falls.
What a game. That's 72 points.
He's been simply, Greg, sensational throughout this one. Here's Irving. For the screen on DiVincenzo. To the wing right side. Stolen by McDaniels. Left side, Edwards. Three-pointer. It's rebounded by Dallas. Davis has got rebound number 17, if you can believe that. Here's Hardy. Offline with his 3. Edwards against Washington. And Davis sends it back. DiVincenzo against Irving. Pass to Washington. Irving, a screen on Edwards. Washington, that's for 2. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
What determination on the boards. His work ethic really standing out right there. Well done by Davis.
No one near Randall as he lets it go. Gobert, and Davis sends it back. Moving against DiVincenzo to take the lead. And it's Irving missing.
Well defended that time. He's a shooter that the D has to close down on quickly when he's ready to pull the trigger.
Here's Harden. Outside, Davis. Pass to Irving. Six to shoot. From deep, Washington. Rebounded by the Timberwolves.
Looks to me like he's fatigued here in overtime. Just not able to get it together.
Oh, and it's sent back by Washington.
What a nice job getting up to deny that shot. Washington showing you terrific anticipation on that rejection.
Connects again.
Unreal. He's got the 4th most points ever in an NBA game. This man is on another planet.
I mean, what can you say? One of the all-time individual games in NBA history.
And honestly, guys, I don't know how you stop him. I mean, he's into the mid-70s scoring-wise. Wilt's 78, Kobe's 81, and Wilt's 100 are the only higher scoring games ever.
Offensive rebound. It counts.
Big-time delivery. Go, go, go Bear.
So, guys, it comes down to this.
Time for your stars to shine.
DiVincenzo against Irving. Here's Hardy. Again, the miss by the Mavericks. And that's an intentional foul. And the Timberwolves with possession here. Leading by 5. And an intentional foul right there. Good on the first, and that increases their lead to 6. He's off on the free throw and able to get that second one to drop in.
Can't waste any time here.
No, you need a quick bucket and then a quick foul.
And they go to the intentional foul. hits the first one, and that makes it a 7-point lead. Second free throw, no good that time. He really wanted that one.
And guys, overtime not nearly as competitive as regulation. They used up all their energy just getting it to overtime.
And so the Timberwolves take the win. A double overtime game can really take its toll on the players. And after this one, the officials, the fans, everyone's going to have to take a needed rest.
No doubt. I mean, when you have to dig that deep and play with that much determination to get a win, it was earned. And I tell you what, they've got to feel really good about themselves for fighting through.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much. Rudy, your impact on the game defensively, always something to watch. What's your approach at that end?
Just try to win games, and my teammates brought out trusting me, being aggressive on the balls and try to be aggressive at the rim. And, when we play as a team like we do tonight, it's tough to beat us.
You were in full Stifle Tower mode tonight, man. Congrats. Back to you.
All right, David, thank you. And that about wraps it up. For David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for being with us. And now, our player of the game, Anthony Edwards.